Hey everyone, welcome to this section. In this section, we'll discuss regarding the various Palo Alto Network product portfolio in a very overview manner, right? So we'll talk about what are the different types of products Palo Alto Network have in the market, and in which domains they are basically classified, and you as a learner for Palo Alto networking and doing the certification for PCNSA or PCNSE, you must be aware about those product platforms, right? So definitely we cannot go deep, or it's not required to go into deep of every product over here, but you should know about the various product and in which domain it exactly fits, so that you have a broad idea, right? So let's get started. So as we know that Palo Alto Network, it's a cybersecurity company, right? Palo Alto Network is a cyber security company, right? And that offers a very broad portfolio of products and services which is designed to protect any type of organization from any cyber threats. The cyber threats could be very minimalistic to in an extreme level, right? So the various product portfolio, it will cover in multitude environment, right? So the product portfolio covers network security, cloud security, endpoint protection, security automation, AI driven threat intelligence, etc., etc. So there are multiple domains that you will find that the Palo Alto Network Palo Alto Networks has bought down and categorized its products, right? So let's talk about the various product and its breakdown as well, right? So under the first thing, which is network security, okay, so under network security, you will have the various product line. So let me define this first as Palo Alto Network is best known for its next generation firewalls, which is called as NGFWs, that provide deep packet inspection of your packets, right? Deep packet inspection, that is inspecting till layer 7, doing intrusion prevention, and it has zero trust networking capabilities, right? Zero trust networking capabilities. Okay, so what are the various product we have? So first is the list will be from PA series. So the first product is classified as PA series, which is basically the physical firewalls or a hardware based firewalls which can be deployed for any on-prem location, right? Which could be, let us say, on-prem campus, on-prem branch office, might be a small office, home office environment, or might be a data center, right? So you can say the PA series, it offers physical firewalls, which is basically hardware firewalls for on-premises solutions, which could be campus, branch, head office, I can say HQ, right, or data centers, etc. So wherever there is dependencies of physical firewalls, the offering is done through PA series. Okay, and there are multiple, you've seen in the previous video as well, might be, if you've not watched it, might be it is there in the next video. So you'll see the various model numbers of PA series as I have explained there. You can also look into the website of Palo Alto Networks. Under products, you can find out hardware firewalls, and under that hardware firewalls you can locate the various PA series models that Palo Alto offers. Okay, likewise VM series being, as the name says, virtualized platform. That means they are also called as virtual firewalls, right? Virtual firewalls, which is used for securing cloud, and it runs in virtualized environment, right? It does the same job like a physical firewall, but with a better I mean with a less hardware resources, uh, because they are virtual in nature, right? Based on a requirement, you can actually allocate the specific hardware resources to them, and they can work like a virtual machine and do the same job like a physical firewall does, right? You can license that particular firewall, you can forward traffic through it, uh, configure it, manage it, operate it like a physical firewall. So I can say it's a virtual firewalls for securing network, or you can say cloud, and it runs in virtualized environment, right? Virtualized environments. Okay, like let us say Oracle, which you can deploy the VM firewall in Oracle, an Oracle box, or might be a VMware virtual machine, right? As a virtual machine using the VMware platform, right? Using VMware as your hypervisor, you can do that. Likewise, we have got another series which is called as CN series, or it is also called as cloud series, right? Or cloud firewalls, right? So it is generally called as cloud native firewalls, which you can deploy and find the images in your cloud platforms. So it is cloud native firewalls, and it is designed for container environments, also called as Kubernetes environments. Okay, all right. So the next domain of product what Palo Alto brings in is under cloud security. So under cloud security, you have got the major component called as Prisma Cloud, okay, offered by Palo Alto. So I will define it. So Prisma Cloud, basically it's a part of cloud security posture management, and it's part of cloud workload protection. So Prisma Cloud is cloud security posture management, which is also called with the term as CSPM, and cloud workload protection, which is also called as CWP platform, that the primary job is to secure multi-cloud environments like AWS, Azure, GCP, etc. And the various product lines that it offers are infrastructure security, so under which it will offer continuous compliance and any misconfiguration detection, continuous compliance and misconfiguration detection, runtime protection, the primary job is to secure workloads or secure cloud workloads, containers and Kubernetes. Okay, and third one is identity security, so under which it will prevent any unauthorized users access with identity based policies. Good. Under the third category which you have, it is called as endpoint security. Endpoint security, which is also called the platform is also called as Cortex XDR. Okay, so Cortex XDR, it offers multiple features, right? So Cortex XDR is basically it's an extended detection and response platform that provides, the term XDR is basically extended detection and response platform. Let me write it down. Extended detection and response platform. So it provides endpoint protection. It provides analytics about the network traffic, analytics about the data being processed at the endpoint, and it offers AI driven threat detection, right? So Cortex XDR, it does multiple job, but out of which the most important job that it performs is, you can write here as Cortex XDR prevents which is basically prevents and protects endpoints from malware and exploits. Okay, and Cortex XDR protects or we have another solution called as Cortex XDR Pro. The idea of this, it is to correlate data from endpoints, networks, and cloud sources to detect sophisticated threats, to detect any sophisticated threats. All right. The third domain for Palo Alto product is basically under security operations and automation. Security operations and automation, which is also provided by Cortex family, right? So Cortex, basically it's a security operations suite that helps automate and respond to any security incidents which happens in your organization. Okay, so under this Cortex suite, which does the job of automating and responding to any security incidents, you've got multiple product lines. So one of them is called as Cortex XOR, Cortex XSOAR. Okay, so it is basically, the term is basically security. XOR means security orchestration, automation and response. Okay, so the idea is it automates the security workflow and integrates with any third-party SIEM or any SOC tools. Okay, so it provides the APIs for running on and the APIs for running automation codes like playbooks, and you can create the security workflow, and you can integrate those outputs with any sort of third-party SIEM or SOC tool to analyze those further, right? Number 2 is your Cortex XSIAM. So Cortex XSIAM, which is nothing but it's a AI powered security information and event management, also called as SIEM, for threat detection. Okay, so Cortex XSIAM is that, and the third one is Cortex Expanse. Okay, so it is nothing but it's a tool which continuously monitors and secure an organization's attack surface. So think like it can monitor multiple application, multiple endpoints, multiple users, network traffic, etc. So I can say it continuously monitors and secures organization attack surface, right? Now going further, there are other product offering, which is number 5, is under the umbrella called as Zero Trust and Identity Security, which is also labeled as ZTNA 2.0. I will give you a Zero Trust networking overview down the line, but as a completeness, make sure you understand this. Zero Trust and Identity Security, which is under the concept of ZTNA 2.0. So there are multiple offering, and so Palo Alto Network, it emphasizes Zero Trust Networking 2.0 to ensure the job is to ensure with ZTNA 2.0 Palo Alto Networks ensures least privilege access. That's the major goal, right? Least privilege access. So do not trust anybody, authenticate everybody before it grants access to any internet resources or SaaS resources, or might be private applications, right? So it works with the concept of least privilege access model, and to do that, we have got solutions from Palo Alto, which is covered under Prisma Access, which enforces Zero Trust principles for remote access, and also under Prisma, under this ZTNA 2.0, you have got Prisma SD-WAN, okay, which optimizes network security from connectivity for branch offices. So optimizes network security for branch office connectivity. Okay, now there are other solutions, like Palo Alto offers solutions for securing OT and IoT, right? So for securing, OT stands for operational technology, right? And IoT stands for Internet of Things, as we know. So OT and IoT based devices, there are multiple offerings. So which is under we normally say which is under the categorization of OT and IoT security. Okay, more of that you can actually look for if you're interested to look for in the website itself. Okay, Palo Alto has got a unit, so this is number 6, right? Palo Alto has another offering which is called as Threat Intelligence Unit 42. Threat Intelligence is called as Unit 42. So Unit 42 is Palo Alto So I can say unit 42 is Palo Alto network, cybersecurity research division. Cybersecurity research division, okay, which provides intelligence on emerging threats and cybersecurity consulting services. Good. Likewise, number 8 in the list is managed security services, also called as MSS. So under this you have got Prisma Cloud MDR, which is nothing but managed detection and response for cloud security. So managed detection and response for cloud security. And the another product under this managed security services is Cortex MDR. Okay, so it is basically for endpoint detection and response, that is EDR managed services. Good. So the key use cases, where Palo Alto find its multiple product fits in multiple platforms. So you can say for secure remote workforce, right? So if you have an environment to secure your remote workforce, right, then in that case you can choose the Palo Alto SASE platform, and basically you can choose the Prisma Access product lines. If you have a requirement for cloud security, in that case you can choose for Prisma Cloud, VM series firewalls, okay, VM series firewalls. If you have a requirement for a use case requirement for AI driven security operations like SOC, in that case you can choose for Cortex XDR solution by Palo Alto, or XSOAR solution, and also XCM solution. Okay, if you are looking for a use case in zero trust network security, then you can look for ZTNA 2.0 and next gen firewalls solutions. All right, so for more knowledge about it, you can actually go to the website and you can do a research on this. In this particular video series, we'll learn about the next gen firewall. We'll talk about the Palo Alto networking with respect to its next gen firewall, and we'll talk about based on the course of PCNSE, right? And also we'll cover much more topic which is under the table of contents of PCNSE blueprints. All right, so I hope it is clear to all of you regarding the various product portfolio that Palo Alto offers and the various naming conventions of it. I would highly recommend you can go to the Palo Alto network web page and you can have a look into it always, right? So you can go to Palo Alto networks web page over here and definitely go for a quick walk around on the various products and platforms that it offers, right? So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next topic, and keep enjoying this particular series. Thank you.